Oh, my mic was down. So my broadcast was not good. I think I double checked here. All right, I was joining a couple of plays late. Some domestic difficulty here. But Dennis got the kickoff. He got 2 flat passes for first downs, including a flat pass right short gain there to Benjamin Watson. And his first intent for Dennis at the San Francisco 48. This is the SOMSFA Super Bowl. Looking best Benjamin Watson. Defense guesses correctly. One man there. Receiver gets right for 4 yards to Watson. Ed was double teaming elsewhere. Seattle versus San Francisco. Dennis Crowley versus Ed Barrow. 2 of the best coaches by far in the online community. They met for the SOMSFA Super Bowl. They met in the SSFA semifinal. Ed won the first. Dennis won the second. So this is the third meeting deep in the postseason for these guys in the 3 SOMSFA family of leagues. In the 3 SOMSFA leagues. I'll check their records in a second. 2nd and 6 for Dennis. He's at Ed's 44. Marshall Lynch is the running back. It's been all flat passing from Dennis so far. And here's some more of it. Flat left, Marshall Lynch. Picked off by Ed, 2 to 3 and 12. And he might run it back here on a flat pass. 2, 3, 9, and 12 to touchdown. And it's run back. We don't know what it's run back here. It says 0, but that's not correct. There's a bug in this version, which hopefully will be fixed with a new version coming out in a couple of weeks. And it says here that Ed's got the ball at his own 40, but there was probably a return. It could be a touchdown. We have no idea what it is. We got to wait see. And it was a touchdown. It was a 60-yard flat pass, interception, return, touchdown for Carl Nassib, the defensive lineman. He must have had quite a bit open real estate in front of him. And on a flat pass, 2 to 3 and 12. Dennis has intercepted, run back for a touchdown. After Dennis had received the kickoff, it was in Ed's territory. A huge turnaround here early in the game. I got to mute my mic for 1 minute. I have to tell my wife something as she's texting me. So I apologize. I'll be back in a moment. Okay. All right. So anyway, we got 2nd and 10 here for Dennis. He's got the ball. I wonder if my broadcast is being seen. Joe's in before, but it's detecting no camera connected to my computer. But I'm trying to screen share. Dennis completes a short pass right for first down. I need to make sure this broadcast is working okay. So give me some time for that. I hope this is working. Flat pass left to Marshawn Lynch. Receiver gets right, complete for 3 yards, 2nd and 7. I need someone to test this. So I'm going to mute my microphone and try to get this sorted out. All right, Dennis got 3rd and 7. There was a successful double team of Mercedes Lewis there. Looks like he only missed 1 play. Dennis going too tight, so unless there's something else going on now. Okay. Ed goes dime, 3-2-6 here on 3rd and 7. Dennis likes to run draw plays on 3rd and less than 10. 7 or 8, certainly. And against a dime 3-2-6, obviously, there's no threat of a run call. But there'll be a guy coming up here. He could have a good run rating That'll hurt Dennis. It was a John that broke it for one of. I thought it said John. But we've got 3rd and 7 here. Ed taking this time here with the defensive play call. The long pass, Benjamin Watson, be double teamed by the safety LaMarcus Joyner. It's incomplete on the defense's card. Both of these teams are average. Would have been a defender X with a white die 4 anyway. But a good call by Ed. You always feel good when you get the double team correctly. And it's automatically incomplete. There's a pump from Ryan Allen, goes 52 yards. Down inside the 20. And a fair catch call before by Travis Benjamin. It's kind of a touchdown or nothing. Dennis is good at punting punt returns here. So not so when he does have to punt it, it should be a good net for Dennis. Should probably be about 43 yards or more on most of these. 1st and 10 for Ed. His first play from scrimmage because he had a flat pass that he returned for a touchdown. His defense returned for a touchdown. And now we'll see this Niner offense. He's got Tyrod Taylor, a quarterback. Frank goes the halfback. Long pass, Jeff Horryman. Defense calls run. Dennis leaves a 6 free safety home. Horryman's covered by the block. Is the blocking back covered by 4. Receiver incomplete. Only 6 units. That's a 2-6 long pass card with 1, 3, 7, 8 long pass units on Taylor's card. So hard to not a high percentage play there. Yeah, but he's thinking that Dennis is going to move this guy, and he's going to get the linebacker 4 covering Horryman single coverage. One pass to Gronk be double teamed by Derek Johnson with the inside linebacker stuffing the run as well, and 7's incomplete. Now you want to get those double teams going against these running quarterbacks because those mouse runs are out of play thanks to STRAT. Whereas the NFL, if anything, the guy would probably be more likely to run if his guy was double covered, but that's maybe a failing in the STRAT engine. We all love the game, but there's a couple of things here and there that you wish were a little different or end up being not that realistic, but there's a lot of good things going on. So we've got 3 wide, 4 fullback, nickel 3-3-5. Short pass to Doug Baldwin. Being covered by a 6, single coverage. Dennis didn't double team anyone, and it's complete for 12 yards on Tyrod Taylor's card. I think that is his right wrong and double team 9 and 12. Yes, it is. Maybe I can find. I really wish I knew for sure because this thing I don't think is usually on. Maybe it is. I'm sharing the screen, so that's just a camera on me, so it should be okay. It's been a few weeks since I called the game. Looking past Travis Benjamin, defense calls run, vacates his zone completely. Taylor's got a pretty decent flat pass card. Receiver gets wrong, is complete, but for only 5 yards on Travis Benjamin, 19-25. We've got a 2nd and 5 for the Niners at their own 35, midway through the first quarter already. These coaches don't waste any time, especially Dennis, one of the fastest coaches out there, and one of the best coaches out there. That's a great combination. He's not just clicking through. Look at Best Benjamin again. Again, Dennis vacates for Travis all about the Benjamins. But the dreaded 5 on the flat pass, you don't see that too often, incomplete for Tyrod Taylor. Makes it a 3rd and 5. It's been Taylor targeting Benjamin here in the looking. But when Dennis plays a 3-4, he likes to move one inside linebacker up a lot. He likes to mess around with the inside linebackers, as most 3-4 coaches do. Him maybe even a little more than most, certainly here this afternoon. These are 2 West Coast coaches, so it's 2 in the afternoon for them. Flat pass right to Jeff Horryman. Dennis gets his pass, double teaming elsewhere. Linebacker's a 4. And linebacker zone extra short gain. Short gain complete for 16 yards. Michael Kendricks cannot make the play now on the NFL Seahawks. And Ed has a 3rd down conversion. And it's 1st down in Seattle territory at the 49. Let's take a right for Frank Gore. Nobody there. 5.56 blocking. Some strong blocking for Ed over there. And Horryman's even a 5 with the blocking back reading. It's a +5 on Gore's off tackle card. A workmanlike card for Gore. Kind of what you might expect next year. as well. Now, these Niners are 9-7. According to Thrills and Chills, Gord's card should be pretty decent. These Niners were 9-7. Dennis was 12-4. So Dennis had the 9-7 run in SSFA to the Super Bowl where he lost to Tony's Vikings. Now Ed with the 9-7 run to the SOMSFA Super Bowl where he's taken on Dennis, who has at least 3 SOMSFA championships and maybe 4. Flat pass left to Rob Gronkowski. Defense calls run on 2nd and 5. Defender +2 or +5. Adrian Colbert makes a nice play, 4 on a 4. Only a 2-yard gain. Sets up 3rd and 3. What was Dennis's record again? 12-4? 12-4. Eighth was 14-2. I share his pain. He lost in the round of 8, as I did in the SSFA with my team, which was also a number 1 seed. Even worse because I was 16-0. But third and 3 for San Fran at the Seattle 42. Long pass to Gronk. Dennis double teaming Hoyman. Gronk's like by 4. But down goes to Rod Taylor. Anthony Zettel with the sack. 4 and a 6. Garrett Bowles supposed to be a 7 next year. Ed says I couldn't use that this year. This was a 1-35 sack. 7 out of 6 is an automatic no sack. So the end of 4. The big sack. Anthony Zettel just on straight rush. 0 additional linebackers. And it's 4th and 11 for the Niners. They'll have to punt it. Lack Edwards. And lacking on that kick, only a 37-yarder. It might have been a coffin corner. I don't know if it was or not. From the 50, it probably depends on what the opponent punt return situation looks like and what was chosen. But Ed had punted it straight away. And Bernard, it's not easy being greedy with a fair catch. 12, 15 minutes of that. He's got a long game on a 12, 44 and a 2. 7-8 is not that good, so some decent chances for a decent return for Dennis here this afternoon. Off tackle right, Marshawn Lynch. Defense gets the pass, no one there. Dreaded 5, no gain for beast mode. On his last hurrah, he's going to have a card next year, but I don't think it's going to be that good. So, you know, even this is not vintage beast mode, but it's still a good card. He's been a guy for people to pick up as a veteran running card for the year. As we are closing out this 2017 STRAT set, we can't wait for 2018. And some numbers to look at from the Stratomatic people. Everyone left to Marshawn Lynch. Offensive onside guard +8 or +3. Lane Taylor makes the block, 4 and a 4. Dennis has got some nice blocking on the right side of the line. As a matter of fact, he's got good blocking everywhere except for Lane Taylor, so I guess it was rubbing off on him. All those 5s and 6s around. He stepped up and made the play. It's a great run blocking line here. Got 4 6s and 2 5s when he goes to this formation with Mercedes Lewis, the second tight end. A lot of 0s and 4s. The flat pass zone for Ed, but secondary looks good outside of a strong safety 4. He's got the free safety 6. No tackles of 4, but you know, the weak linebackers don't hurt you as much in the 3-4, most of us would say. You can flood flats and play around a little more easily. And, of course, Ed's a great defensive coach. Linebacker to Marshawn Lynch, successful run key for Dennis. For Ed, rather, against Dennis. Would have been a first down. Guessed correctly. He sold out big time. And he nailed Dennis there late in the first quarter. These two guys have won so many big games against each other over the years. And here's another one. And it'll be Ryan Allen on for the punt, 4th and 3. "47-yard punt. Goes down inside the 35-yard line for Travis Benjamin. And he fumbles it, a loose ball. Fumbles it -4 yards down around his own 31, I think. Who will recover? I saw a blinky. And it's also stinky as the STRAT game crashes. Come on. I'll show the new version in a couple of weeks. Usually it's early August, I believe, for the new version. And hopefully some of these bugs, for those of us trying to watch games, will go away. I think that means that the other guy recovered. I'm not certain, but Dennis may have recovered, which would be a little bit of payback for that pick 6. Spell mode on. 10385. Select all. Copy that. Go to sleep. And we'll find out right now. It looks like Ed did recover his own fumble on the punt. We've got 3rd and 2 now for San Francisco at their own 37. It's Tyrod Taylor quarterback, Frank Gore's the running back, Gronk the tight end with Hoyerman the blocking back, Travis Benjamin split left covered by 5, Doug Baldwin split right covered by 6, Hoyerman and Gronk covered by 4s, as is Frank Gore. Pass blocking is not strong for Ed here. Linebacker Frank Gore, Dennis double teaming Frank Gore and flooding one of the flats. Blocking back +3 or +1. Hoyerman could not make the block. Would have been a first down. White die 6 against the blocking 5. So Ed's going to have to punt it on 4th and 1 from his own 30. He doesn't have to punt it, but he certainly will. He plays it straight up in a situation like this with the lead, of course, at his own side of the field. 47-yard punt down around the 25 for Bernard Reedy. Balls for the fair catch. Got 3, 7, 12, 15. It's a fair catch. 2 is a fumble, 2 is nothing. So actually, 19 out of 36 is bad for Dennis. 17 out of 36 is pretty decent. 2 out of 36 is a big play. 1st and 10 for the Seahawks at their own 15. No one in the studio audience. It is an odd time for a game. And remember, right, Marshawn Lynch, defense calls run, a defensive end +1 or +5, 5 yards. Stephon Tuitt could make the play. White die 6 again, beating Ed. 2nd straight play. And we have a 2nd and 5. Linebacker Marshawn Lynch, defense calls run. 2 yards, makes it 3rd and 3. Dennis really wants this conversion. I mean, Ed's been stifling him on offense. Don't want to go 3 and out here and just start to get frustrated. And run left to Lynch. Guess correctly. No gain. 3 and out for Dennis. You got to stay patient, though, Dennis. And we want it now. You got to stay patient. Allen booms a punt 57 yards. That'll be down to about the 21 for San Francisco. And a fair catch by Benjamin. Snake Eye is the only thing that'll really hurt you here. Nothing else beyond +6. And really, almost nothing else beyond +2 or 3. So you want to avoid the snake eyes on Benjamin. So now Dennis has got to play some defense again. He's done a fine job of it so far. Off tackle right to Frank Gore. Dennis double teaming Gronk. Nose tackle 0-3, 3-yard gain. Eddie Goldman could not make the play. A white die 5 versus a guy who's a 4. 2nd and 7. Ed likes to run the ball. Both these coaches run the ball a fair amount. Ed more so than Dennis. Dennis runs a more balanced. Ed runs a little more run first, I would say. Off tackle left to Frank Gore. Nobody there. Defense calling pass. Ed's got a 6 at offensive tackle there. 11 is a 6-yard gain on Gore's card. I'm not in SOMSFA, so I have not been in a few years. So I don't really know these rosters too well. 3rd and 1. Linebacker Tyrod Taylor. Defense calls run. Dennis was fearing. Ed was feeling the run key, and he was rewarded because he got 5 as 1 yard, and Taylor 5 in the running back. There would have been no gain or worse, almost certainly. So nice call by Ed. Also puts it in the back of Dennis's head. Maybe thinking Dennis wanted to run key to him as he did to Dennis a few series ago. Hammer right to Gore. Defense calls run. Good call by Dennis there. He needs to get on Gore's code, and he does. 10 minus 3. Second 13. Ed likes to run the ball, so you got to mix in your run calls. Can't just sit there and call pass and hope you're going to, get by. Dennis likes to call pass and blitz some guys. He mixes it up a lot. It's a good strategy. It works for him. Frank Gore, defense calls pass, but there's a linebacker there. Ed did want to go for the draw. 7 is a 6-yard gain. Gore, not the type of running card that Dennis is probably going to call run against on 2nd and 13. Doesn't have those extra short gains and the dangerous big runs and stuff like that. So you maybe could have chanced a draw call there. I know guys oftentimes fear using the draw. You hate to run into it. You run a draw play, guess correctly. 3rd and 7 for Ed at his own 34. Fly pass right to Jeff Hoyman. Covered by the 4. Big stop here for Dennis if he can get it. Defender -2 or +4. And Kendricks makes the play. And Hoyman hit for a 2-yard loss. Hoyman's one of Ed's guys this year. I think he's on one of the other teams that called the playoff game for. So it's 4th and 9. And the punt goes 49 yards. We're down to the 19. I think it's sort of blinky. That could be a fumble. I hope it'll crash again. Down inside the 19. And no crash, but 12 long gain, goes 77 yards. Bernard Reedy hits it on the box score. I told you 2 was +44, 12 was the long gain. Guys do not like having those long gains on their opponent returns, especially the punt in the modern game, because the kick is usually going to be a touchback anyway. And that's why you give up a 77-yard return all the way to your 4-yard line. Special teams are important. They can play a role. Not as important, of course, but they have their role. And you can get a big play there like Dennis just did. My, oh my, how helpful that is. Let's see if Dennis can punch it in now and turn this game around. Even a field goal will help him. But he's going full house, and of course he's thinking 6. Marshawn Lynch, Ryan Griffin, and Carlos Hyde are the running back. Russell Wilson is the quarterback. Off tackle left for Lynch. 2 men in there. 3 yards down to the 1-yard line. For some reason, I was about to say touchdown. That would not have been correct. I was thinking he was at the 3. Of course, I'm very hungry. 2nd and goal for the 1. For Seattle, we're in the 2nd quarter, so I'm rooting for no triple overtime, Dennis. 2nd and goal for the 1 for Seattle. 10-12 to go. Full house backfield. Russell's an option. Blitz is an option. Hyde's an option. He's got the good blocking up the middle. Ed's inside linebackers only 4s. Linebacker Russell Wilson, 2-7 touchdown. 8. Oh, he gets pass. And gets pass. All right, 8 2-yard touchdown. 1-yard touchdown for Russell. Straight ahead on the quarterback keeper. Justin Tucker, the excellent kicker. Won't be as good in the news set as usual. Somebody drafted him in the 2nd round of a startup league a couple years ago. I hate to bring that up now in case he's listening. But usually the inaugural draft, 2nd round, a little early for a kicker. I'm just saying. And we have a touchback here. I'm going to bounce off of that. The other guy's league chimed in saying, "Oh, well, he's the only one that's worth it." No kicker is worth the 2nd pick in an inaugural draft. 2nd round pick. It's just, it has not existed. If you could hit like 85-yard field goals, like 2-9, then yes. But otherwise, no. We're going to get back into this game following that touchback. And Ed's got the ball. Looks like we probably missed a 1st down. He's got the ball at his own 36 after the touchback. So an 11-yard play was in there. But that's not too bad. If something to miss, 1st and 10 for San Fran. Their own 36. Off tackle left to Gore. Then it's getting pass again. Don't know what he called in the first play. Don't know what the result was either. Nose tackle 4-9. Eddie Goldman's for not making the play again. That's 9 yards for Gore, who's now got 8 carries for 38 yards. Tie game, 7-7, 8:42 to go. A big play on defense for Ed was a 60-yard interception return for a touchdown. Big play for Dennis on special teams, 77-yard punt return to the 4-yard line to set up his touchdown. And that's where we are, 7-7. Linebacker Frank Gore. Defense gets a pass, double boxing play. 4-5-5 blocking for Ed. Box scores for +9 only on Gore. As I said, doesn't have the big runs on the edges, but it's still a pretty consistent card. Yes, STRAT is not as good as usual. Throws and shows make it sound like next year's card will be a little better. Could be a result of the Miami passing game struggling. I wonder if that means Kenyon Drake gets a better card than we might be projecting. Time for that ratings file. Forum guys getting mad at us. Linebacker to Frank Gore. Defense goals run. One linebacker in the zone, 9+2. Well, you can see Gore's right. It's not that great, really. Compared to Lynch's right. A much stronger right card on Lynch this year. 2nd and 8 for San Fran. Approaching halftime. All I'm thinking about is what do I need to order to eat? I don't have something here to eat, I don't believe. I'll have a little leftover chicken and rice. Heat wave here in New York this weekend. Off to the right to Frank Gore. One linebacker there. He does like to call pass to bring guys up. And 4 is 2 yards on Gore's card. Because he can hit you. If you're throwing downfield, he's got blitzes. If you're running into the guy in the zone, a flat pass, he's thinking, well, it's still right on the quarterback's card and the receiver's card, unless he throws to that guy. I'm trying to observe what some guys who are good are doing at times. 3 wide, 1 fullback, shotgun formation. Nickel 3-3-5 blitz. Oregon's a 3 pass blocking. It's a weak pass blocking team. Short pass to Doug Baldwin. The blitz is on. Only free safety, though. Baldwin covered by 6. And D with the second high linebacker, no one coming because it was only like 3rd and 6 or so. And it's complete for 12 yards on the first down from Taylor to Baldwin. Ed now at the Seattle 30-yard line. Dennis with defensive ends 7 and 6. He had a backup nose tackle in on that play. Does not have the pass rush coming from the linebackers the way he likes. Flat pass left to Gronk. Defense double teaming Benjamin. And hoping for receiver and something nice on Gronk's card. 1 and 4 shot at a receiver here. Receiver gets right 11 yards. Look at that. My gosh. 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 yards or more. Flat pass right. +2 and 12. 4, 9, 15, 19. 21 units of completion for 10 yards or more on flat pass right for the mighty Gronk. Headed to the Hall of Fame after his retirement this year. Will he stay retired? Will he come back for the playoffs? Inquiring minds want to know. 1st and 10 for San Fran at the Seattle 19. Dennis goes blitz here as he's defending the red zone. Short pass Jeff Hoyman. Dennis switches to a run call. Only 3 guys there. Hoyman covered by 4. And receiver incomplete on Hoyman. There's no Rob Gronkowski here. 4, 9, 11, 18. It's a 50-50 short. When you guys 50-50 short pass wrong, you're not too excited about it. Maybe he's a running back, I suppose, but it's covered by 4. And, of course, when you have free safety blitzing, the sniper scope is on, so you get 3 less receiver units there. Short pass Doug Baldwin blitzes on again. This time he's bringing a guy. And down goes Tyrod Taylor. Jarrell Casey beating his NFL teammate, Taylor Lewan, 5 out of 5. It was a 126 sack and an 11-yard loss. Knocks Ed out of the red zone, sets up a 3rd and 21. Dennis is not one to sit idly by against a weak pass blocking team. Field goal from here is 2, 11, and 12. Ed wants to avoid the variable. You might see a play where he tries to get a couple of yards, but he's going 3 wide, 1 halfback shotgun. Didn't want to reveal his hand. Although, too tight, so something we're blocking back with Hoyman because Hoyman can go deep in because you've got Gronk. But still very reasonable, but we'll see. There's a draw to Frank Gore. Defense calls pass. Double boxing played. No tackles is 0. That's a 0-5 to Nico Autry, 4-10 next year. Snake Eyes again, +9 on Gore's card. Says the 4th and 12. And it's a better field goal chance here for Ed. I think it's 2 to 9 plus 2 to 9 and 12. I think I just saw. And it was 2 to 8 and 12 from the prior range. Plus, if you get hit with a negative now, you're getting pushed back to 2 to 8 and 12 instead of 2 to 4. 4:30 to go in the first half. 7-7. And the kick is no good on an 11. And Bullock misses. I think he would have missed it anyway. I think it was 2 to 8 and 12 further out. Misses the 38-yard attempt. Then it takes over his own 28. A nice break there for Dennis. And now he wants to turn this game around and take control of it. He will be kicking to Ed to start the third quarter. But it's looking like this might be one of those 4-quarter fiestas. Off tackle right to Marshawn Lynch. Guess wrong. It's 6 yards for Lynch. 8 carries, 23 yards. He's been stopped. A lot of run calls from Ed. No one in the studio audience right now. Two tights, 2 wide, 1 running back. Marcelo Lewis, your left hand. Bryce Butler is the receiver out here with the very dangerous long pass card. Short pass, Bryce Butler. He calls run. And receiver gets wrong, plus 20. I was about to say also dangerous short pass. I didn't get it out in time. I promise I was going to say that. 4-9, 14, 18. So he's only 16, 22, but everything's 20 yards or better, and you got 9 units of long gain. So that's certainly worth going for. And that's the one thing about running the ball is you get those wrong calls. You could try to hit the sexy short pass receiver columns. If you're throwing the ball all the time, you know, it's always right? Or if that go right to Lynch. Defense gets in correctly. Dreaded 5, no gain. Second one of those we've seen for beast mode here today. I'm thinking maybe a chicken cutlet hero from the pizza shop. What, lettuce, tomato, onions, some Italian dressing, or oil and vinegar. Play the game quickly, guys. I'm hungry. 2nd and 10 for Seattle. They're all playing quickly. Glad this isn't like me versus who else? Michael Reeves. Oh, that'd be a rough one for a hungry broadcaster. 2nd short pass, Bryce Butler again. Defense calls run. 4 men there, but receiver again. No, defender X incomplete. William Jackson, the rookie 5, makes the play versus the white die 4. Dennis was seeing visions of long gains dancing in his head there. He wanted getting a shot at the Bryce Butler short pass wrong card. Jay Villing doing that with Webster Slaughter in summer sprint, which will be the last of the Mohicans, it looks like, as far as I'm involved in, with the playoffs coming up soon. If some of these guys will ever finish their regular season games on time, they're going to have the wrath of an angry Dennis Crowley on their hands momentarily, as he is the commissioner of that league. 2:06 to play here in the first half of the SOMSFA Super Bowl. I'm being so flippant. This is a championship game. 3rd and 10. It must be the delusion by weekend state by not having the nutrition, Dennis. And Dennis stays 2 tights, 2 wides, 1. See, this is where you have to know Dennis. He's thinking, I can run it here and go for 4th down if I break containment, because I'm already on Ed's 46. So let me run it. Let me get at least 6 yards, hopefully. He's thinking I can run behind the 6s, or I can just run the linebacker at the 4. Ed knows this, but Ed's got nickel. It'd be such a ballsy call. And we're left Russell Wilson. Short gain, 10 yards. Marcavius Mingo provides containment on the white die 1. And Dennis will have a 4th and 1 at the San Fran 37 as we hit the 2-minute warning. He will most certainly go for it. It looks like he's going to go blocking back. No, he stays with the 2 tight. So Michael Wilhite is a 0 against the run. Dennis had Mingo and Ed had Mingo in there, looks like. So 4th and 1. Now remember, there was a 3rd and short that Ed successfully run keyed Marshawn Lynch. Dennis has now run it with Wilson near the end zone on 2nd and goal from the 1. He's thrown quite a few flat passes. It's at a free 56. I don't see Dennis going big or going home. Could be a short pass to Bryce Butler again, or a short Matthews. Dennis usually likes to stay run, flat, or bomb here. Linebacker Marshawn Lynch gets wrong, but 2 men are there. It's going to center 6, left tackle, +3 or -1. Blaine Taylor, the 4, could not make the block. His teammates did not rub off on him favorably that time, and it's a loss of 1 on the linebacker wrong, because Lane Taylor's only a 4, and the white die's a 6. Dennis says, why didn't they run off tackle or something else? 1st and 10, Niners are on 38. Big play there. Dennis was looking to march in there and take the lead. Now Ed's got a chance at 1:52 to go in the first half. He's going to get the ball to start the second half. Linebacker Frank Gore, 2 men there, but it's guessed incorrectly. 8's only 2 yards on Gore's car. card. You know, there's probably, I wonder if there's a guy on the bench with a bunch of carries. Of course, he's got plenty of carries. 27 unfatigued. He's used up 13. There's probably another guy lurking with at least a handful of carries. Well, his team was only 9-7, so who knows how good the person was or wasn't. Second down and 8 for Ed. At his own 40, 90 seconds to go here in the first half. I'm not doing a chicken parm. I'll lay off the cheese there, but I need some protein. Dennis. Short pass, Travis Benjamin. Defense calls pass. 3 men there. Benjamin, it's kind of like Ed's version of Bryce Butler, but not as good. Must run for Terod Taylor. 11 yards to the first down. Turned about as fair play, Dennis. He has seen Russell Wilson running these must runs all over the place for years. And now he's on the receiving end with Terod Taylor. I think that's the second one. As Ed crosses midfield. Probably going to go hurry up here. Get it to 107 as he does. No reason to waste your timeouts early, Michael Reeves, if you're listening. You limit your play calling for the last 30, 45 seconds if you have no timeouts. Can't run the ball. Which is trying to sometimes you want to do in those situations. Short pass, Frank Gore. Defense double teaming elsewhere. Gore's covered by 4. That's with a double-double. The tight end blocking back. Defender X a short gain. Josh Martin can't make the play. He's only at 4. White tie 6. 17-yard completion. A little catch and run action from Taylor to Frank Gore. And the commissioner is down at the Seattle 32. The SOMSFA commissioner versus the Dennis Crowley Football Universe commissioner. What do they call it? What was it called? The STRAT universe? I forget what he calls it. I had said Dennis Crowley Football Universe, but then realized it was part of the acronym there. Didn't come out too well. So he came up with something better. I think it's at the end of his posts. But flat pass right, Travis Benjamin. Defense calls run. Linebacker's a 4. And he's got 3 timeouts. 10 yards of the first down, also gets out of bounds. 52 seconds to go in the first half. San Francisco looking to take the lead here. And they get the ball to start the third quarter. 3 timeouts. Michael is always listening. Always lurking. Thanking me for telling him Patrick Mahomes last year. And not settle for Mitchell Trubisky at number 3 overall and on a win. Should still play for the long run with Mr. Mahomes, Michael. Short pass, Frank Gore. Defense double team elsewhere. 3 timeouts left for Ed. Must run and play. Box score is 10 yards of the first down. Terod Taylor's having a pretty nice first half right now. 11 of 16, 101 yards. He's probably got about 3 carries for about 25 yards. And he's got his team at the Seattle 12. You might see a timeout here, down to 45 seconds, possibly. As deciding. Now he goes, hurry up. I disagree with the commissioner there. He's more successful than me, but I think I'm right in this instance. And he's hitting the 3 timeouts. You got 30 seconds up, 22-15, 8-1. You're saying you want to run them all out, but I mean, you could get a first down somewhere. It might still need another play or 2 to get that touchdown. I would have taken a timeout there. First, but he got 3. And off tackle left to Frank Gore. Defense calls run, but there's nobody there. Blocking 6 there. And it's 12 yards at a first down, a touchdown. The box was in play. And it's 13-7 Niners. Frank Gore, 14 carries, 74 yards. Guessed correctly, but nobody in the zone. It was vacated. The box was in play. And the kick is up and good. It's 14-7 with 15 seconds to go. And it says, that's why I didn't need that stupid timeout, Tom. What are you talking about? I join it now. What am I joining it for? It's probably halftime. So it looks like, all right, it looks like I missed the touchback, and Dennis has got the ball at his own 32, 8 seconds left. And someone's taking all the time in the world to do something that probably doesn't even need to be done. Maybe it does. Time 3-2-6. Dennis was calling the offensive formation. Well, Dennis is thinking I need 33 yards here to try a field goal. Dennis normally likes to go deep, but I don't know if we'll see that here. 5-3-2-6 is a draw to long. Lynch, he's hoping for 11 to 21 yards. The defense's card gets him to the San Fran 47. You try a field goal there in 1972, but not in 2018, unless you have one of those fancy kickers who kicks it from way out here. It's like an NFL record, though. I think Graham Gano at the 46 next year is more of what you're looking at. 1st and 10. Seattle at the San Fran 47. 1st and 10 doesn't matter. It's the last play of the half. Hail Mary time. Dennis was looking for that box score 12 on Lynch. Was, I think, a run in the 40s or maybe 51 yards. Maybe try to beat that nose tackle 4 for a 35-yard gain. So he's going pistol again. Dennis usually has a good running back, so I don't know what his other one might be. It would be a touchdown if it's a 12 on Lynch. That's probably what he's going for last time. From here, it would be a touchdown. And for him to stay in this formation, I think you are going to see a run, unless Lynch has a reception, or when his tight ends have a reception that can go that far. You're going to target the long gain opportunity there. Lewis can't do it. He does go for the draw to Lynch. He's going for the 12 on his own card. And no, blocking back for 5 yards. Dennis probably has another good rusher. He goes 12-4. He does value the good rushing cards. And it's going to be 14-7. Let's see if there's any break here at the half. Ed needs 2 minutes, and I will take the time to order myself some food. I'm going to mute my microphone. All right, guys. Looks like we didn't miss anything. And I did order the chicken cutlet heroes. Should I criticize the wife during the broadcast here? As you may have noticed, my voice got a little lower there. Supposed to bring me food before 5 o'clock. That got mangled. Did not bring the food before 5 o'clock, so I'm hungry. You guys are playing fast, so they're going to order the food, which will be here. And the ticket in the end's only 1 yard deep, but I'm going to. Oh, really? Stratovac won't let me get out? It was 1 yard deep. Come on. I was right on this. It's never going to crash. So we got the second half of this SOMSFA Super Bowl. It's 14-7. Ed leading Dennis. Ed's got the ball here on a touchback to start the second half. We had to exit and rejoin because of the touchback bug when you're spectating. That's only for this version, so hopefully it gets really cleaned up for the next version, because in previous years, I don't recall this being able to hear at all. So I watch more games and pay attention to this more than anyone, probably because of the broadcasting. Let's see what we got here. All right, so we had a touchback, and we got a 4 yard gain for Ed. And it's second down and 6 now. Strip has Doug Baldwin, defense double teaming Benjamin. And down goes Taylor again in an unusual situation. Jarrell Casey 5 on a 5 again. Not even a safety blitz this time. And Ed saying, what's going on out there? It's not good pass blocking here, but still. Now Dennis looking for more. 3rd and 12. Offense goes 3 wide, 1 fullback shotgun. Dennis goes nickel 3-3-5 blitz. I don't want to give Ed the freebie here. Is Ed going to play for the flat pass? Dennis is such a tricky coach. Sometimes you just feel like you're not going to outthink him here. But instead, Dennis drops too deep. It's a short pass to Jarvis Benjamin. Only 3 men there. Dennis is going to challenge the bomb in the blitz. And now Dennis is a little vulnerable. Picked off 2-3 incomplete on Terod Taylor's card. And the Niners have to punt as they give away that big first possession of the second half advantage. And Lack Edwards punts to 48 yards. That'll be down to about the 29 for Dennis. He's got a decent return option about half the time here. Has not hit a decent return yet, so he's due for one. Oh, what I told about, he hit a 75, 77-yard long gain. That's more than decent. I forget about those because they're so big. I was thinking, 11 yards or 15 yards. So you can tell, see, this is what happens when you don't eat before the broadcast. Michael Reed's listening. I heard him munching away in the broadcast a month or two ago. Can't do that, Michael. I'm professional. Plus 11. Eat before the game or after it. If you didn't time it right, it's your fault. You got to take the hit. He's chewing some chips or something there. You're also listening to the game. Shaking my head. Mike, what are you doing? 1st and 10 for Seattle. Emron left to Marshawn Lynch. Plus 7. Makes it 2nd down and 3 for Seattle. At their own 47. And you can complain all game of being hungry like I am right now. 2nd and 3. You don't hear that on the pro broadcasts. Hey, Jack Buck talking about how hungry he is. I did hear that Will Chamberlain had Marv Albert bring him a hot dog during the game once. Flat pass right for Benjamin Watchman. Will Chamberlain was like playing in the games on the bench and was hungry. I think Marv Albert was like a ball boy or something before he became an announcer or something like that. And then Wilt asked him to bring him a hot dog, and Marv did. 10-yard completion. 1st and 10 for Seattle to San Fran 43. But I should pay more attention to what's going on the field as opposed to what was going on at Madison Square Garden almost 50 years ago. 1st and 10 for the Seahawks. Short pass Mercedes Lewis has not seen a lot of action tonight. Picked off 2-4 for a 1st down, and it's picked off, and the defense is called with only 3 men there. A tough break for Dennis. That's picked off at the 20 of San Fran. We don't know what the return was because of the bug. You have to wait and see what the next play is until the formation lines up, and it was not returned. It was a 0-yard return. He tried to return it, I'm sure. Russell's 2nd interception of the day, uncharacteristic for the normally careful Mr. Wilson. And Ed takes over at his own 28. Oh, you hate those. The short pass, 3 men, 2-4, or 1st down, and you hit the interception. I hit 2 of those in my game against you, Dennis. Damn it. But there's a big win in the Super Bowl. Linebacker Frank Gore, one linebacker there. Defense guesses incorrectly. And his 3 is 4 yards. Makes it a 2nd down and 6. Of course, plug away, 15 carries, 70 yards. I'm really curious who's on the bench for these Niners. My microphone seems to be going good. John Madden was in here earlier and didn't hear anything. He said, I'm out of here because I don't know what Tom's doing. Sorry, John. I was a couple minutes late getting going. Linebacker Frank Gore, defense calls run and has a linebacker there. Dennis again vacated the look in. No tackle plus 2+5. Eddie Coleman makes the play this time. Big 3rd and 4. Dennis just, grinding away in this game. It could be a lot worse from right now, but he's grinding. He's staying in it. He's saying it's going to be a good play call here on 3rd and 4 on defense. And then get another shot at the ball. He's got the veteran Akeem Talib at left corner. Linebacker Frank Gore. Defense gets a pass. Totally vacated a linebacker. So double box in play. Center plus 10 plus 2. Ben Jones makes the block. He's a 5-3. 5-5, 10 yards. And really nothing Dennis could do there. Linebacker would have been linebacker zone minus 1 plus 3. So actually, yes. Because the center reading switches to 7 with 1 or 2 linebackers in there. But none is on 6 and 11. That's one that's on 7 and 11. And then right, Frank Gore, 1st and 10, San Francisco at their own 44. Offensive onside tackle plus 5 or 0. 5 yards and a 2nd and 5. Someone was saying that, I've heard this before, but I was reminded of it recently in an article, that a 1st and 10, if the offense gains more than half the yards, at least 5 yards. No, that's not what it is. I think at least 40% on 1st down and at least 50% on 2nd down, that those are successful plays. That would be considered a successful play. So tell me if I have 2nd and 4 and I gain 2 yards, that's successful? I don't know. 2nd and 5, look at back to Rob Gronkowski. Defense calls run, but it got a linebacker there. 7's complete for 8 yards and a 1st down on Taylor's card. 13 of 19, 113. As the Niners once again cross midfield. I feel like the Niners are dominating the yardage possibly. Let me take a look. As Mike Davis comes in blocking back, it's 195, 139. San Fran over Seattle in yardage, but 14-7 in 1st downs. As the game has decided that I can't get out of this now. There you go. Thank you. Mike Davis is at the running back spot. Dennis knows him. He's at the least. Long pass, Jeff Hoyman. Defense double teaming elsewhere. Hoyman covered by a 4. And 12. Long game right on Taylor's card. 2 and 12 only. Touchdown, Niners. 43 yards. 20-7 San Francisco. And Dennis is up against it now. He says, are you kidding me? At least beat my guy with a defender X long game. He's only at 4. But Dennis doesn't want to get too upset about these things. He's like, he's going to keep grinding. A lot of guys are like, oh, come on, give me a break. That's what I would be saying. I'll be using a phrase that rhymes with pull strick. I don't know. I'm trying to think of something. But Dennis, he's going to grind. He's got the grinder mentality. It's all right, 8:42 left. I'm at my own 19. As miraculously, this kick did not go into the end zone. And I'm just going to keep grinding here. So all I got to do is get my offense going here, make it happen. He's got number 3, a quarterback. He believes in him. He's not going to get down. He's going to grind. And Ed will start guessing a lot of pass once he goes up with this type of score. And when left front, as I say that, he calls run. Offensive onside plus 9 plus 4. Dennis with a quick click gets himself 9 yards. Marcedes Lewis 6 on a 6. That veteran leadership with the blocking on the edge. 2nd and 1. Russell 3 carries for 19 yards. He's got, I think, 4 on must runs left, perhaps. I think I've seen 2. I think he gets 6 this year. He's got 4 left. Lopez Bryce Butler gets wrong. Dennis wanting a receiver reading or something on Russell's card. This could really turn around the game. Receive a long gain to Bryce Butler, 40 yards, but he may have fumbled it down in Ed's territory. So a blinky blink in the corner of my screen down at the San Francisco 24. Was there a receiver fumble? This would be devastating, heartbreaking for Dennis. Oh, these bugs are not letting me see what's happening. No one knows, and the game crashes. So no one will continue to know for another 45 seconds. Version 2019, where are you? This version will not be missed for the bugs, that's for sure. For the personnel, sure, why not? But not for the Bucs. As we're waiting to see whether this is a completed pass that is a first down for Dennis down in Ed's territory, or if it is a wide receiver fumble after like a 48-yard gain. What do the STRAT gods have in store for us? It is San Francisco's ball at his own 18-yard line. It was at the 18, not the 28. My math was off. Looking best, Gronkowski, successful double team, 1st and 10. We did not even miss a play. Incomplete with thanks to the double team. Dennis hit the long pass wrong, receiver long gain on Bryce Butler with that maxed out long pass column with all kinds of yardage on it. Got the 48-yard completion. And Ed recovered and then a fumble from Butler, and Ed recovered it at his own 18. Devastating, like a punt, but when you're down 21-7 late third quarter, you need a lot more than punts. Looking back to Travis Benjamin, defense calls run. A very bad break for Dennis, as this game's starting to go against him in the luck category. 3rd down and 6 now. As he tries to make another stop, let's try and check the ball possession, see if anything else funky happened there. Just a straight fumble there to Ed's 18. 3rd and 6. Dennis showing blitz again, as he did last time on 3rd and about 6. Guys usually won't show blitz on 3rd and 5 or 6. Last time Dennis popped this guy into end run. Well, once he dropped 2 guys back, I think that was 3rd and 12. Last time in this situation, he brought this guy into end run, because Taylor can do an end run, but flat pass right to Gronk. Dennis does have the blitz on with another guy there, so flat pass slack potential. 5 incomplete in Taylor's card. So Dennis to get another chance, thanks to playing good defense for his offense. And then we're still in the 3rd quarter, 5:42 to go. So he's still in the game, but he needs to get a score and has to start getting these bad breaks. 45-yard punt brings it to the 65-67-33 of Dennis. Got a chance for another good return at a 77-yarder earlier. And it's about 50-50, get a good return or a fair catch. He gets a fair catch. A good return or a fair catch / nothing / fumble. And he gets a fair catch. And Dennis did have that huge break, of course, in the 77-yard long game. He's had the flat pass interception return, 60-yard for touchdown. He had the interception 2-4. He had the 12 long pass right completion on Taylor's card for a touchdown. And he had the fumble after 40-yard completion. So it's definitely gone against him if you look at it in total. Long pass Benjamin Watson, defense double team elsewhere. Picked off 2 to 3 and 11. Is picked off the defense's card 2 to 3 and 11. Are you kidding me? I want to know about playing the game. What's you too, Dennis? But Dennis not going to listen to this unless he wins the game, probably. Especially if this continues to be one-sided. Now, it's looking like a 0-yard return. We don't know for sure. What was the actual return? Let's find out. 3rd interception of the game for Russell Wilson against average pass defense cards. And the highest one, the worst one was 2 to 4. The worst one was 2 to 4. That's very rough. You only tried 15 passes. You get 3 interceptions, and the highest chance was 2 to 4. I think I heard my doorbell. 1st and 10 for San Fran, his own 37. Still 5:06 to go in the 3rd quarter. Defensive end 0 plus 17. Anthony Zettel makes the stop. Short pass, Doug Baldwin run. Baldwin covered by 6. It's a keep to leap. 12 yards and a first down for Taylor. Ed's hitting that 9 on Taylor. Right and wrong, particularly right. We've seen at least 4 of them. Only 16 short pass wrong units on Taylor's card. But, he doesn't turn the ball over. He's at the must run to right. It's a card a lot of people like. And a lot of people have done well with this set. Not next year for Taylor set, but it'll be on the bench behind Baker Mayfield. I'm looking at you, Jeff Bevier. Short pass to Doug Baldwin, double teaming from Glover Quinn. Forces an incomplete pass, would have been a must run. So that's nice, particularly when you have Taylor's running ability. You got a 2nd down and 10 for the Niners at their own 49, 3:36 to go. Been a lot more passing, I feel like, here in the second half and late first half for Ed. Likes to run it a lot. Sometimes he takes advantage of the people who are aware of his running tendencies, and he starts to throw a bunch of passes in a row. 2nd and 10 for the Niners. Blocking back one halfback. That's how he helps keep you off balance. You know what likes to run? You're calling running 2 plays in a row. He's throwing a few passes in a row, and it's like, damn, first down. What did I just do? Show best Travis Benjamin. Defense double team elsewhere. Benjamin covered by 5. 3 men there. No blitz on. Prince Amukamara picked off 2 to 3 incomplete. This is where's the low split now? 2 to 3. 3rd and 10. The Seattle defense, big stop here. Dennis shows blitz. He's got the 0-5 nose tackle in to Nico Autry. He even has some help on the outside with Cameron Wake, the 4-12-1 coming in for Anthony Zettel. It's a veteran pass rush from Mr. Wake. But shouldn't he be on the other side? Long pass Chester Rogers. There's 2 blitzes on. There's nobody back there. Rogers go by 4. Dennis wants that D, wants that sack. Defender X a long gain. Rogers defender Georgia Loga cannot make the play. A white die 5, 51 yards. No, 51 yards and a touchdown. Oh my goodness. As it was 60 yards, so I didn't see the touchdown. 51-yard touchdown. Taylor to Rogers. Dennis only had 1 linebacker blitzing. No second down linebacker, no chance at a sack there. And there was no one back there, and he pays the price. You can imagine the safety, Georgia Loca, having a hard time keeping up with Chester Rogers, who's a smaller, shiftier receiver. It's now 28-7. San Francisco, the 9-7 Niners, on the cusp of another championship. The 2nd of 3 in SOMSFA family leagues this year. Dennis is not ready to give up the ghost, but the ghost might be ready to give up him. 28-7. What does he need? What do I say when you're down? What do you need? If you got the ball, you need a score and a stop. And Dennis right now definitely needs a score and a stop. Off to the right, Marshawn Lynch gains 4, 2nd down and 6. Still 2:06 to go. Does he get one of those like 3-minute drives? Get 28-14, kick it off and stop Ed. That's what you got to be thinking here. Ed brings to the left outside 0. Who's that? Chris Long. I think he's been in there most of the game. We're only about 5 or 6 weeks away from drafting, guys. So, 5 passes left. Marshawn Lynch, 7 yards in the 1st down. First and 10. Emerald left for Russell Wilson. Gains 7 yards. Dennis goes quick clicking now up to his own 45. Now, Dennis, it's not just he's angry at quick clicking. He's just like, all right, if I'm going to lose, let me get it over with. But he's still coaching. You know what I'm saying? He's not just clicking whatever. 2nd and 3 for Seattle at their own 45. Dennis will mix it a bomb when he's down this distance every now and then. Emerald left to Lynch. Defensive +1 and +5. Call and receive. The 5 makes the play. 3rd and 2, 18 seconds left. 16 for 66 for Lynch. Not exactly getting the job done in a major way, I would say. 3rd down and 2. Linebacker Lynch, 8, guessed correctly, but 1 linebacker there is 5 yards on the 1st down. So Dennis is at the San Fran 49. 15 minutes. He'll take like a shot every now and then down the field in these situations, trying to hit that one completion, knowing he's also in 4-down territory. But he might just keep running it here. I'd love to know who his backup running back is. Defense goes 3-3-5 as Ed is up by 15 plus. Take advantage of that rule. And always tricky here as an offense because you know he could just bring that one guy up and call run. And it just get you so angry. But Dennis goes for the 6 on the ground. Left tackle left to Lynch, gains 5. Dennis likes that 11 and 12. And he can get it. Has not gotten it yet, nor a short gain. It's been a fair number of calls guessed correctly by Ed, though. 2nd and 5 now. Beastmode running low on carries. He's Got 4 unfatigued left. Up 27 as Edwards to sit in that nickel with that safety 6, it looks like. Dennis just not trusting it. So he's thinking about, is Ed going to call a run here? Dennis probably knows whether Ed is likely to do this or not. I don't usually see Ed in these situations. It's not that often that a guy is up by enough points to whoever he is to go up nickel oil in the fourth quarter against a good coach. Linebacker Marshall Lynch gets wrong. At that time, I guess Passman brought everyone up to the line of scrimmage, thinking Dennis is not going to go flat. He's going to go downfield or run it. So that was an interesting call. Something I think I just picked up from Ed there. Maybe that I'll incorporate. 3rd and 3 for Seattle at the San Francisco 42. I hope my language has not been blurrier than less clear than usual. Emerald left for Lynch, offensive onside tackle 5-0. Tyron Smith makes the plays a 6. Might be a bit of a reputation, the 6 at this point. He's always playing hurt. 5 yards on the first down. I'll assume we're going to find out who the backup running back is for the Seahawks. With Lynch down to just 3. 2 now on fatigue carries. Russell at 3 and runs remaining. Long pass for St. Louis. Defense calls run. He's coming by 4. There's a 6 back there for incomplete at Russell's card. 2, 6, 10, 13 long pass wrong units. Dennis needed that one. So I finally got the call run. I had the right call, and it didn't work out. 2nd down and 10. Vanessa, this game will be over about 10 minutes. I'll call you, okay? And bring it up right away. Then I'm real hungry. Make a salad also, okay? I'm going to make the salads right now or something. 2nd and 10 for Seattle. At the San Fran 37. Long pass Lewis again. Defense blitzing and double teaming elsewhere. There's no one covering Lewis, so defender X is what's needed, but it's a dump ball 5 incomplete, 4 and a 0. Brandon Fusco versus Michael Wilhite. And Russell's only 9 of 18, $129. No touchdowns, 3 interceptions. That is not going to help your team win the Super Bowl. 3rd and 10 for Dennis. He's thinking 4-down territory. Notice he goes to a regular formation, which you guys should keep that in mind. 2 tights, 2 wides, 1 running back, because now you can run it here if you want, because you know you're in 4-down territory. Doesn't mean you have to run it, but you can run it, and it's something for the defensive guy to keep in mind. When you go 3rd and 10, you go 3 wide. In this situation, when you're down by 3 touchdowns, no one thinks you're going to run the ball. It goes down. That is definitely running here. I can tell you this. Absolutely. I'll be very surprised if he doesn't run it here. And we're left to Russell. And 9 is 7 yards. Bingo is again brought in that situation from that dime, interestingly. So at least Ed is a 4 against the run instead of a 0 regarding the end run containment for Russell Wilson. I'm sure that's what Ed is thinking there. And now you've got the 4th and 3, 12 minutes to go. In many ways, this is the game. Dennis is already up against it. I say that, but, the next play could be a fumble return for a touchdown, but you know what I mean? Barring something crazy, Dennis has to convert this. Left is left for Rashard Matthews. Single coverage defense calls pass. Linebacker 4 is there. Russell's been cold today, but hits that one 10 on the defense. White die 6 is 20 yards on a first down to Rashard Matthews. So Crowley is still in it. Still clawing away. He's trying to get something going. First to go to 10, he needs a touchdown, and he needs it now. Give me a touchdown, then you stop Ed, and give me one more crack at it. Let's see what happens then. That's what Dennis is thinking. That's the right way to be thinking. You want to give up, you go join the French army. Well, I'm sure I don't mean to say that. I like the French, actually. But, And we're left to Russell Wilson. Short game touchdown, 28-13. Let's see if Dennis goes for 1 here. He's unconventional with his 2-point conversions at times. I think this is a time to be conventional, personally. Particularly everything's going against you. Why give STRAT one more way to put something against you? The extra point is up and good as I leave on my own. Dan Moore in the crowd, as is Nathan. If anyone wants to tell me anything, they should Slack me. I will see the Slack comment and can incorporate it to my broadcast. If you type into the Google thing, I'm usually not going to see it because I'm not going over there really. Just the way it works over here. I see the Slack automatically. So I voluntarily withdrew. I'm thinking of military terms today because I'm late for chow. That's why I'm hungry. The wife let me down, fellas. 1st and 10, San Fran at their own 25. The lead 28-14. Linebacker Frank Gore, run call, 2 linebackers in the zone. Gore's getting the ball regularly for these 49ers, and it's a 5-yard pickup despite Dennis having everything shut down there, seemingly, with the center Ben Jones, the 5 making the block, as Frank Gore hits the century mark, 19 carries, 100 yards. It's 28-14. Ed had a flat pass pick 6 for his defense against Russell Wilson early in the game. Dennis got a 77-yard punt return to set him up at the San Francisco 4. Off tackle right to Frank Gore, nobody there. Defense double teaming elsewhere. Offensive onside guard, only 2 yards. Joe Thuney, the 5, can make a block, and now we have a huge play right here. 3rd down and 3 for Ed at his own 32. He leads 28-14, 9:54 to go in the Super Bowl. If Dennis can just get a stop here, Slack, yes. We can just get a stop here, is what he's thinking. I've got a chance. And more than a Jim Carrey chance. He's got a decent chance. Looking past Travis Benjamin, defense calls run. Linebacker 6 is there. Dennis needs a 7 on his card, but it's a 6 on Taylor's card. 10 yards in a 1st down. Taylor's been sharp when needed for these Niners. 18 of 28, 233, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, a handful of carries for 1st down yardage. And the Niners move towards midfield and move towards potentially another championship. So hard to call defense in these spots, in my view. You're down by 2 touchdowns. You know the guy's not just going to run every single play. Short pass, Doug Baldwin. Defense double teaming elsewhere. Baldwin covered by to keep a lead to 6, 8 incomplete. 2nd down and 10. I just hate being on defense in these spots. Oh, I hate it so much. Because also, like, one wrong call, like, dude, just dooms your game. It's like, I can't give him another 1st down. I got to stop him. 2nd and 10. There might not be a post-game interview, as my stomach is taking precedence. Long pass, Jeff Hoyman. Successful double team for Dennis. He wants that 11 on the quarterback's card. Defensive back in zone incomplete. He has to settle for the incompletion, setting up 3rd and 10 for the Niners with 8:42 to go. At their own 42. That's not desperation time for them. Here, I was going to say you might see a run and a punt here, but Tyrod Taylor is the only running option here for Ed. That's from the 3 wide. Most guys, you're not going to run ever on quarterback from the 3 wide. Personally, I think it's silly to do that. I don't know why he doesn't go blocking back, halfback. Well, he's got the 3rd. Well, Chester Rogers last time got the touchdown, but Showman's Doug Baldwin, successful double team for Dennis. That 11 is still implying the deal on the quarterback's card. But 3, the other end, Dennis, not the 11 with the 3. On the opposite end of the card is an incompletion. So it's 8:24 to go. Dennis has got a chance, but it's rough. So you get the ball back. Let's see. They got a 50-50 chance at a good return here. Or a fair catch. 40-yard punt is down to the goal, down to the 10. But it's sort of blinky. Is that another fumble? Do you have a fumble here from Bernard? Innocent until proven? No, that's guilty. From Bernard Reedy? No, we have an 8-yard thing. The blinky sometimes on the corner comes up there when there's a fumble. Michael Reeves has no idea what I'm talking about. He said, what do you mean a blinky? Explain it. It's kind of weird, but you see a quick flash in the corner. It seems to go with certain returns or certain fumbles. It's weird. But Dennis has got a 1st and 10, his own 18, 8:06 to go. Lynch is almost out of unfatigued carry. I don't know who the backup running back is. We have not seen him. Oh, it's Carlos Hyde. That's right. We saw him down in the goal line. Well, that's Benjamin Watson being double teamed by Mark Barron. Shrewd double teaming. Everyone for the old triple double. And if you're going to see that, you're going to have to do some running and some flat passing. Hard to get going with that, or rely upon some dump offs. And with 7:48 to go, You certainly hate to try and matriculate the ball down the field and take up all kinds of clock like you're Andy Reid coaching against the Patriots a couple of years ago when he did that. My uncle and I watched again. What is he doing? They had the ball like 6:30 to go, and he took his time. They scored with a minute 45 left to try onside kick. They didn't get it. Game was over. It was free Patrick Mahomes. What are you doing, Andy? And our left Russell, the defense calls run. Fumble -7. Not a fumble, of course, because we play individual, but -7. Ed with the ballsy run call. No other way to put it. With 7:12 to go, you're up 2 touchdowns. Just when I said Ed likes to call pass in these situations, he nails Dennis, and to add insult to injury, that was the final end run for Wilson. We each have the same hero. Okay. 3rd and 17. Ed thinking about his defensive formation. It's going to be a dime 3-2-6. I'm way off tonight. Nickel 3-3-5. He was going dime 3-2-6 the entire game, seemingly, in these spots until here. Move everybody away and put him ahead of some. Stop. Line withdrawal from Marshall Lynch from a regular formation. Offensive onside guard. Offensive left guard. 5-0. Lane Taylor could not make the block. 4th and 17. 6:36 to go. Seattle at their own 11. I thought about not wanting to call defense. You don't want to call offense in this spot either. Then it says, what am I going to do? I got to punt it. Because this is not going to happen. 44-yard punt goes to Ed's own 45-yard line. Travis Benjamin, he of the looking pass targets this game, gets a 2-yard return. And Ed's got a 1st and 10 at his own 47. Dennis needs a 3 and out, preferably a turnover. How about a snap fumble? It's probably 1 in 1,000 on Mr. Taylor. He and Alex Smith of the extremely low turnover school. Don't want to post in the forum asking about the ratings release. Get in trouble now. 1st and 10 for the Niners. I know my audience. Off tackle right to Frank Gore. 1 linebacker there. Defense calls pass, double teaming Gronk. Dennis was looking for the flat pass. Offensive line to that 5-0. Gronk is in there blocking. It's a 6 on a white die 4. 2nd down and 5. Nathan in the audience. Nathan, Tariq Hill acquitted. Well, acquitted. He wasn't even in court, but you know what I'm saying. Tariq Hill will not be suspended. How about that? 2nd and 5 for San Fran at the Seattle 48. We were talking some trade. $5:42 to go. Looking past the Frank Gore. Defense calls run. Nobody there. That 5 is a blank on Taylor's guard. Dennis needs that in the worst way. It's 11. Intercepted 2 or 12. Incomplete. All right. Dennis says, I'll take it. Because that had 1st down written all over it. 3rd and 5 for the Niners at the Seattle 48. 5:24 to go. I've become a little more conventional in some of these spots. You know what? I'm just going to run it twice and punt it. If he beats you with some crazy luck and stuff, what the hell? So be it. Because when I try to do funky things the other way, I've hurt myself badly. So when I threw that pass against John Madden, for playoffs a few years ago, under a minute left, and the lead. 3rd and 5 for San Francisco at the Seattle 48. Blocking back, halfback for Ed. Then it's with the nickel 3-3-5. I don't know. Well, Dennis called run from here. We'll Ed throw flat. Tackle left to Frank Gore. Dennis calls run. There's no one there. There's a line. And the offensive tackle's a 6. The blocking back's a 5. 10's 3 yards on Gore's card. So 4th and 3. Knocked down to 2 yards thanks to Avery Williamson. And Ed will punt it at the Seattle 46. He might just boom it into the end zone because there's a long gain on 12. Then he goes for the coffin corner. Why wouldn't you, I guess? And it's a good one. 35 yards and takes a bounce 5 yards. Then it's at his own 6. 4:30 to go. Down 28-14. At this point, you're thinking an onside kick is going to have to factor into this for Dennis. But Jordy Nelson or J.J. Nelson? J.J. Nelson checks in as the 3rd receiver. Rashad Melvin. Rashad Melvin, who's an actual cornerback, not just a slot corner, I believe, checks in as the 5. And it's going to go with the dime. That's got his work cut out from here, that's for sure. You hate being in this situation, especially in a playoff game. You're like, ugh. I mean, you're still alive here, but you get no carries with your guy. You're at a 3 wide anyway. Russell can't run it in. Flat pass right to Lewis, throwing it to 0. Linebacker zone +6. Doesn't get out of bounds. Dan Moore is angry about that. I forwarded that proposal to Glenn Guzzo. Dan, and I should say I sent it to him, and he said he would pass it on to Strat. So maybe we'll get a little more out of bounds action down the road somewhere. We'll see. 2nd and 4 for Seattle at their own 12. I bet these guys will watch this game just because they're dying for some Strat. We want the ratings. We want the new version. I guess I'll watch a playoff game. 2nd and 4 championship game. But I think they're both in this league. I know Nathan is. 2nd and 4 for Seattle. And I think I know Dan is too. At their own 12, 3:54 to go. Looking at Bryce Butler. Nobody there. So he's looking for a receiver long gain on Butler's card. And a receiver gets around 15 yards. He has 6 units on a flat pass. That's crazy. It's like having a 7 long gain. If they put that on 7, you'd be terrified. It's 6 units. Same thing. So it's 15 yards. Can you imagine? Left pass for 7 long gain. Oh my God. Guys would just lose their stuff. But it's the same units here. 1st and 10 for Seattle, their own 27. That should make the 9-11 +8 and the 7-1 game. That's what I want to see. Oh, because it's got the 11 on right. Okay. 1st and 10 for Seattle, their own 27, 320, 326, 326 dime formation. This is me when I have not eaten. 3:18 to go. That'd still be awesome. One best Bryce Butler. He's got 2 men back there. 2 blitzes on. And a dump ball for 9 yards. No one getting out of bounds here again. And that is a new change, Dan, that I think is because of stuff I emailed to Glenn about the getting out of bounds. In the new version, they're going to tell you clearly here in the text whether or not the guy got out of bounds or didn't when you are trying to get out of bounds. 2nd and 1 for Seattle at their own 36. That was all folded into that same email to Glenn. Not the same as getting out of bounds 1 to 4, but it's something. I'm going to guess that the ratings file has not been released in the last hour and a half. 2nd and 1 for Seattle at their own 36. See, I don't think Dan listens to these broadcasts. I know he doesn't. So I can say whatever I want of you, Dan. Not Dan Moore, Dan Patterson. 2nd and 1 Seattle at their own 36. As I say for the 3rd time. Probably no post game because I'm really hungry. Flat pass right, Rashard Matthews. No one there. Linebacker double teaming, vacating his responsibilities. So it's 9 yards, and again, not getting out of first downs. Dan Moore getting agitated as he watches. I agree with Dan. Dan says NFL guys get out of bounds way more often in these situations than they do in Strat. So instead of 3 to 6, he wants 4 to 6. I said, what do I make passes 4 to 6? Running plays 3 to 6. He liked that even better. Discourage some of this last 2-minute offense running that so many of us do. So Seattle's down at their own 45, 2:06 to go. Still alive. Still alive. It reminds me of Salazzo, the Turk, in The Godfather. He's still alive. Filled him full of lead, and he's still alive. Talking about Don Corleone. I don't think there'll be a spoiler alert at this point. Looking past Bryce Butler being double teamed by the safety, though, so you're not going to get that goodness there. You get an incomplete pass. Would have been a receiver rating. 2-minute warning. Then it's still 55 yards from even being able to try that onside kick. But the 4 receptions, 93 yards. He had a long pass, 48-yard completion fumble that he lost at like the San Francisco 18. Again, Ed had the pick 6 on a flat pass interception, like 2 to 3 and 12 or something like that. Dennis had a 77-yard punt return. Ed's had some other good things really go his way. The breaks have been against Dennis here in the big play department. 2nd and 10. He got 3 interceptions. The worst one was like 2-4 in terms of the odds. He had 3 interceptions in his first 15 attempts. Looking past Bryce Butler again being double teamed. Defender +2 or +8. White die 6 makes it 8 yards. Nobody there, but there was a defensive back double teaming. Was it white die 6? Was it a dump off? I thought he threw looking past the Butler was a play call. It was blitzing, so the D, and then you got the white die 6 here. Okay. But it says you're incomplete the double team. Why it says no men here? Double team should be 1 man, I guess. I don't know. Why would it be now +2? It says incomplete. Maybe I clicked something in a funny way. Who knows? Bring on the new version, fellas. 3 weeks, please. 3rd and these bugs are. I don't know what's going on here. 3rd and 10 for Seattle at their own 45. 1:52 to go. Three wide, 1 halfback, pistol formation. Flat pass right, Mercedes Lewis. Linebacker zone yields for 6, but again does not get out of bounds. And then it's facing a 4th and 4, so I'm sure he'll hurry up here. Obviously, he can't spike it on 4th down. He goes for the hurry up. Only 90 seconds left. 4th and 4 to San Francisco 49. 3 wide, 1 halfback, 28-14. Get 3 interceptions. Fumble on a 48-yard completion. 12 long gain on Tyrod Taylor gets right for like a 51-yard touchdown or something. That was a different play, maybe, but like a 37-yard touchdown. Pull that together, it's tough to overcome. He did get a 77-yard punt return, but that's like 5-1 in those types of plays. Linebacker throw to Lynch. The nose tackle is 0. The nose tackle yields for 12 yards. That's David Irving, the pass rusher / getting suspended specialist. And Dennis now deciding, do I go with the timeout or do I spike it? And he calls timeout. Three wide, 1 halfback. 1:22 to go. He's got 2 timeouts. So the onside kick is a must. Got to get in the end zone first. Lynch is tired. Wilson can't do any more end runs. He's in 3 wide anyway. Ed is just double teaming guys. Now he goes dime 3-2-6. It would be bittersweet for Dennis. I just thought of this. He mentioned it to be a week or 2 ago. He lost the SOMSFA Super Bowl to Ed. He lost the SFA Super Bowl to Tony. He's the first man to make all 3. He's the first man to do everything, pretty much. First one to make all 3 Super Bowls in the SOMSFA family of leagues in the same season, and he's on the verge of losing all of them. He's like, I'd like to get 1. If I make all 3, I'd like to get 1. Let me get this one. That's still an amazing accomplishment to me. And he's made 4 straight SFA. It's just crazy. Looking past Mercedes Lewis, was being double teamed, so it's incomplete. The opportunities are dwindling as the clock ticks down. Ed has not been easy to coach against this entire 4th quarter, even with the lead. Making a run call on Russell Wilson, not yielding the thoughts completely. There's not been a lot of opportunities for Dennis on something that was completely against wrong and open to make something happen. Second and 10, 2 timeouts left, 1:15 to go. He's at Ed's 37. Ugly line for Russell. Dennis does not like to see that. Flat pass left to a short bounce. You see it's now vacated. Only a linebacker double team. So finally, Dennis gets something here. He hits a 20-yarder and gets out of bounds in the wide die 4. So he's down to San Fran 17, 107 to go. Did they cut me here or no? Okay. First and 10. This is a tough spot, too. I mean, you need 2 plays pretty much. You can throw a short pass to the Butler, try to get the receiver yardage. You already see that a lot for guys who know what they're doing. You know, to 16, 17, 18, all they throw a short pass to one of these high average guys, try to get an instant touchdown. Lemma draw to Lynch. Double box would be a touchdown, as Dennis is thinking. Short gained, 17 yards, touchdown, Marshawn Lynch. Despite being fatigued, he is a warrior. We all know that about Marshawn Lynch. Probable Hall of Famer. I would vote for him. Extra point attempt is, I think, 2-11. Dennis got 2 timeouts. And we're not going to exit here because it's going to be an onside kick, right? That won't be a touchback. 20-21, 2-3-11-12, 1-6 chance. Super Bowl on the line. I haven't seen one in a while. I bet he might get it. I've not seen one in quite a while. I feel like it's due. I'm building it up. No. There goes the bell. Joe Thuney, naturally. It's exactly the guy you want on your hands team. I wish STRAT would make the special teams automatic, like your backups and guys, and Joe Thuney. So that's going to be it, I believe, because he's going to get down to 45-37. Yep. On the third play, I believe that Ed will run out the clock. 20-21. It'll be a third down play. So 20-21. Ed Barrow, the commissioner. 9-7 regular season. Makes his way. 19-10 over Pittsburgh. 23-16 over the 2-seed Green Bay. 20-3 over the Chiefs. I don't know if that's Dan or not. Miami and other leagues. Oh, Dan was 8-8 in this league. The Tyrod Taylor team. Oh, not Tyrod Taylor. Todd Gurley team. So 4th and 13. That's it. It's all over. 28-21. Niners over the Seahawks. Dennis was valiant, but it was just too much to overcome. The big plays. The turnovers. What'd you have here? The yardage favored Dennis, 362-326. A lot of that was in the fourth quarter, though. Third down efficiency, 44% to 22%. Oh, this doesn't have the show. See, I hate when it does that. It doesn't automatically show the highlights. Can I do that and then get them here? Why wouldn't you automatically show you the highlights? How much bandwidth are you saving, or whatever it is, memory? Let's see what you had. You had the 60-yard flat pass interception for a touchdown. It was like 2-3-12 in the first quarter. But then Dennis returned the favor. The 77-yard punt return to the 4-yard line. 7-7. Turnabout is fair play. But then you had to start having stuff where, yes, Ed missed a field goal. But you had interception 2-4. Interception 2-3, 11-12. You had long pass 12, guess right one gain on Tyrod Taylor for a touchdown to Jeff Hoyman. You had the fumble for Bryce Butler at the end of a 40-yard pass when the game crashed. That's what I thought happened, but it says here that Marshawn Lynch fumbled. Did Dennis pick it up and run with it and then fumble? Is that what happened? That could be. Because we get disconnected at the end of the Butler completion. But it's -4 turnovers for Dennis. And a 77-yard punt return was the only thing going the other way. And that was just too much to overcome. So, and they're two great coaches. They'll give two good coaches, two good teams. One guy goes +3 in turnovers, he's usually going to win. Because it's very hard to overcome that against a good team with a good coach. So, congratulations to Ed, another notch in the belt for him. Congratulations to Dennis, another great season for him. And we all now await the ratings file. Dennis recovered the receiver fumble. What happened to? Okay. So the very next play, latest fumble. That's what happened. Okay. Well, I'm going to have to go, guys, because I'm really famished. I apologize. I haven't eaten anything since breakfast. 3 out of 1,000. Congratulations again to these guys. Summer sprint playoffs coming up soon. If some of these yahoos ever finish playing the regular season. And, of course, the ratings disc, unless the forum forbids any of us from receiving it for some reason. Who knows? See you guys later. Bye-bye.